Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this very special video. The Rock just sent shockwaves around the WWE fanbase. This was not what I think anyone was expecting when we heard that The Rock was going to be on Smackdown. Honestly, the press conference wasn't what I was expecting. The segment wasn't what I was expecting. And if you're anything like me, you are just left with that line of "I want your soul" ringing around your head, right? I think that at its core, this is a very interesting story. I don't think it was executed very well. I don't think it needed the "I want your soul" line. That felt so out of sync with kind of everything else. I think I said in my little reaction clip as I was watching it live, this feels like The Rockers got stuck into a bit of a Disney world, like the kind of "I want your soul," like very OTT Disney villain type thing. It just didn't really vibe with kind of what the WWE product is like. It had a feeling that this was sort of written by someone else, probably because this was written by someone else. It didn't feel like it had Triple H's fingerprints on it. It very much felt like it was just different to everything else. And I think that made it jarring, right? Let's walk, though. We're going to walk. So here we've got the entrance. Obviously, he came out and he had like a different theme. I think it was just a one-off different theme. It was Lil Wayne, who was from like Louisiana. And it was just a way of paying tribute to Lil Wayne. So I don't think this is a new theme that he's going to be keeping. It was a New Orleans inspired theme, right? This bit was funny as well. So he got in the ring and then he got out the ring so he could pick up someone's phone. So he actually stopped his entrance to help a fan get their phone back. Final boss for a reason. So there he is picking up someone's phone during this massive segment. Rock pointing up at the Wrestlemania sign, but we found out why he was doing that. It's because he would announce that Wrestlemania would be coming from New Orleans in 2026. He started singing as well about when the Saints go marching in and singing in front of the largest bunch of STD having trailer park trash there's ever been. His kind of interaction with the crowd was weird. He was like pandering to them. And he was like really bigging them up, talking about how amazing New Orleans is. And then there would be these moments where he would shoot them down. Like, he really does keep you on your toes. You really don't know what you're going to get out of The Rock, right? So he told us about the announcement of WrestleMania. We do have the logo that was shown and we've got that image, right? But he brought Cody out then. As soon as he announced WrestleMania, he brought Cody out. And this was what we were waiting for. And I sort of feel like he went around the houses too much. He should have just said, "Cody, you're an amazing champion. And I want you to be my champion." And I'm sure you've got questions as to what that means. Well, what that means is that I can't be here all the time. And I need someone that's going to do the dirty work. I need someone that's gonna get things done around here. There's people that belong here, Cody, and there's people that don't. And I could really do with someone being here that can just help me out with a few things and really make it clear that basically you're gonna sell your soul to me. Yeah, I want you to work for me. I want you to do the work I would do if I was here, right? And I think that he could have got to all of that a lot quicker. I think that kind of explanation could have been clearer. I mean, he was talking about how he wants a brother, he's always wanted a brother, how I want you to be my champion, how he's got like so many followers, but I can get you to like, I want more for you. I can make all of your family's dreams come true. Like, we really did go all the way, the long way round, when I think there was a much simpler way of kind of getting to the point. I think going the long way round just confused things. And then, you know, the big sucker punch at the end is, I want that. That's what I want more than anything else. Cody said, "What, the title?" And he was like, "No, I want your soul." And it's very, as I said, Disney. It's the kind of thing like a Disney villain would say. And it's just so out of sync with where the current product is. It's so jarring. I think the core message is really good. I think the story has gone down a road I was not expecting. They are friends. What we saw in January was real. You know, they're good friends. They showed their moms together on screen. So they're going with that notion that they've become quite close and that they are good friends. Just seemingly completely throwing away where the story was after WrestleMania. You know, he seemed to hand something back that we think was the watch. And I think that same watch he was wearing at the press conference. Cody gave him a watch. We'll have a look at that later. Seems like we've just abandoned all of that. And now here we are in a situation where the story has evolved. They are good friends. And now he wants Cody to basically work for him. So we are looking at, you know, Stone Cold when he started working with Vince. We are looking at a situation of, will Cody accept that offer? So was it worded badly? Yes. Was it rambling? Yes. Was it too long? Could it have been delivered better? Yes. Is the core message interesting? Yes. Because this could lead to a few things. If Cody says, no, I'm not going to be your champion, then it could lead to Cody versus The Rock at WrestleMania. We know The Rock's going to be at Elimination Chamber, and we could get Cody Rock, right? It could be that The Rock goes and gets someone to become his champion instead of Cody. And it could be that we do Cody versus whoever, but whoever that opponent is aligns themselves with The Rock. There's a few people saying that it could be Cena that aligns himself with The Rock. I really don't think so. John Cena, this is his last year. This is his final year. And I really don't think anyone is going to want to boo Cena in his final year. Because whenever they see him, it'll be the last time they're going to see him. If you see John Cena in 2025, chances are you won't see him again after that wrestling. You won't see him competing. I can't imagine you're going to want to see him and boo him after everything he's done in his career. I don't think you're going to want to do that. I don't think any crowd's going to want to do that. So I don't see Cena aligning himself with The Rock. So that then begs the question of, okay, if we're going to do Cody saying no, do we do Cody versus The Rock? The other alternative, and this was presented on our watch along by Adam, right? Adam KDZ. He says, what if Cody says yes, which I really struggle with because I don't think Cody turning heel was on my bingo card for 2025. But there was a really good point made, and that is if John Cena wins the Chamber and we get Cena versus Cody, doesn't one of them really need to be a heel? You can do face versus face, but is it not better if one of them is a heel? What about if John Cena has to try and win number 17 against a heel Cody that has now aligned himself with The Rock? What makes this whole proposal quite interesting is that there is a way forward if Cody says no. There is a way forward if he says yes. And both of them can lead to pretty big things at WrestleMania. So as much as this was a bonkers segment and everyone's head is spinning, at its core, there is something tangible here. There is something here that we can work with, even if it left us all looking like that, right? So here, look, The Rock told Cody that since he's the most powerful man in the company, he wants Cody to be his champion. A brother. I want your soul. Mass J of PW Nexus said that segment didn't work for me, brother. Something felt off. But the point was to get people talking, which I'm sure it will leading into Elimination Chamber. But as expected and reported, WrestleMania 42 will take place in New Orleans. Nathan Frazier said, for what does it profit a man to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? That's a Bible reference. Elite Rocker said, I think it's kind of clear that we're going to get Cody versus The Rock at WrestleMania 41. It sucks that we're not going to get Rock Roman this year, but at least his work in Mania. What did you make of it? That is definitely a direction this can go. If Cody says no to The Rock, that is definitely a direction this can go. But this is only one of many directions that it can go. I'm still not 100% sold that The Rock is going to be working a match at WrestleMania. I'm still not sold on that. And actually, the press conference seemed to suggest he wasn't, right? So this was from Elite Rockers about an hour ago. We might even have another more recent tweet from Elite Rockers where they're starting to even doubt this themselves, right? So that was kind of what went down on Smackdown. As well as that, I've got a Rock folder here. Look, if we go down, we've got all the press conference bits. Yeah, people pointing this out, and it really might be nothing but a coincidence. But Cody Rhodes tweeted his schedule out. And if we skip forwards to today's date was Friday, February 21st, and the image he used was him drinking with The Rock. Now, did Cody know about this happening all the way back in February? I don't think so, because we announced a load of stuff that then had to get pulled. And there was like a press conference that was hastily announced only, 24 hours ago. Everything about The Rock felt so last minute that I don't know that Cody knew about this back in February 1st. I mean, I don't even know that Triple H knew that The Rock was going to be on this show 48 hours ago, right? Everything felt so rushed and so last minute. So a lot of people pointing to this going, Cody knew. I don't know that he did. This could have just been a coincidence, but it was very interesting. Ryan, thank you. Here we've got this on Instagram. It's the picture of that watch. That was the item that we believe The Rock handed back to Cody after WrestleMania last year. And he was wearing this, I believe, at the press conference. I'd have to double check. But clearly he's got it again, because here's a picture of it. So it seems like he and Cody have made up. Seems like he's got the watch back, and now he's showing it off. You can see the 40 on. Basically, Cody got 4 watches, Rolexes, made especially to kind of honor that main event match. He got one for Roman, one for Rock, one for Seth, one for himself. Night 1 of WrestleMania 40 was that tag match. And Cody gave everyone a Rolex that was in it. And that's the item we think The Rock handed back when Rock and Cody were not on the same page. Seems like they are on the same page now. And it seems like The Rock has got the watch back as well. So that was on Instagram. So Charlie, thank you. This was The Rock. He said the exact Rolex was a gift from our champion about 5 hours before our match. It's time. So this is what The Rock was saying beforehand. So JDS, shout out to you. So what did The Rock say afterwards? We know what he said in that segment, and we know that he's going to be at Elimination Chamber to get the answer from Cody. But what did he say after? So The Rock on his segment with Cody, he said to me, and he was talking as Dwayne here. He was talking about, I think it's so cool, the final boss character did this, did that. Afterwards, he was talking like he was Dwayne. He said to me, it just becomes something that's unpredictable. In the world of pro wrestling, everything will culminate in a match. What I love about this character of the final boss and Cody, let's go over. It's not about the WWE title. It never has to culminate with a match. I think to have a storyline and 2 characters that are very popular, to never have to get in the ring for a match, and to have this very compelling and off-putting thing, he wants his soul. What does that mean? I loved every moment of it, and Cody did too. We had a few tequilas after tonight. So he was talking like... Oh, it was so frustrating. He was talking like Dwayne. Like, yeah, wasn't that great? Wasn't what we did great? And he wants his soul bit. Like, oh, wasn't that really good? That's what he was like at the press conference afterwards. Elite Rockers said, I love how unpredictable this all is. Not everything has to culminate in a match. The Rock just said, that his rivalry with Cody doesn't need to culminate in a match. It's getting out of hand now, crying face. This was the same person that just moments ago said, I think it's pretty clear that this is heading to a match. And now here they are in tears. The Rock's got everyone confused, man. He's got everyone confused. The Rock says a match isn't really needed with Cody Rhodes. What I love about this character of the final boss and Cody, it's not about the WWE title. It never has to culminate with a match. Now, listen, before we move on from this point, this is what he should be saying right now. Because as of right now, is he not expecting Cody to say, yes, I want to be your champion. I want everything that you've promised me there. I want everything that my wife desires, that my daughter desires, that my kids' desire. So in his mind right now, Cody and the final boss don't need to have a match because Cody's going to accept. So why would there need to be a match? But what happens if Cody doesn't accept? Does that then change all of this? So I wouldn't get too sucked into that as like, oh my God, they're definitely not having a match. I wouldn't get too sucked into that. I think this story has got a long, long way to go. And a lot is going to depend on what Cody says at Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber just came a lot more unmissable. So The Rock details his working relationship with Triple H. He says Triple H loves this business. I've known him for a long time. He's doing a great job, and I talk with him often. What I like about Triple H is that he'll present me with something, and I'll like it. We'll chop it up. I'll present him with something else. What I like about Paul, and it's always been this way with Paul, even when we were wrestling, is that, hey, let's do something unpredictable, something bold. Regarding tonight with the final boss and Cody Rhodes, and saying, I want to make you bigger than The Rock, and I want your baby's legacy. I want to make that come true. It's audacious, it's bold, it's disruptive. I can tell Paul, and he'll say, yeah, great. And that's what I love about him, and that's the bond we have. Nick Khan, the same way. Ari Emanuel, who is my close business partner and who is owner, he feels the same way as well. So apparently he did run that past Triple H, and Triple H was on board with it. So there's the logo. You can see the New Orleans 42. It's nice. It's very similar to logos that we've had before for WrestleMania. So where does that leave us, right? So a couple of final comments here. So PW Nexus says, I tried to tell you. So Roman Reigns SCN said basically Rock confirmed in the press conference is that he ain't competing at this year's Mania. And PW Nexus, pretty good source, saying I did try to tell you that, right? And here as well, Crispy Wrestling, this press conference tells me that The Rock ain't competing at Mania this year. And he'll be more of an authority figure. And PW Nexus says, ta-da. Now, what I don't know is, have they heard that? Or are they just sort of reading what we're reading? Because where I'm standing is, we'll go to Elimination Chamber. Cody's going to tell The Rock if he can have his soul or not, but I think that's just badly worded. It's basically, are you going to work with me? Are you going to, turn heel to all intents and purposes? And he'll give him his answer. If he says no, then I don't know if that doesn't put Cody and Rock onto a collision course. I don't know what The Rock's next move is after that. If he says yes, then we might be looking at Cody starting to lean into a bit more of a darker side. And actually, if we're going to do Cody Cena as the main event of WrestleMania, it probably does need a little bit of that darkness on one of the sides. And as I said, I don't think anyone's booing Cena in 2025. So would it be right for Cody to have a bit of that darkness? How would we feel about him aligning with The Rock? I do think that The Rock's delivery, the way he worded it, was a bit of a problem. It's going to have left a bit of a sour taste in a few people's mouths. So I think there's going to be a few people out there that still haven't quite got their head around it, or, it was a bit Undertaker-esque, I want your soul. That to me was OTT. But I get the core premise. And this is a road I did not think we were going down at all. So, yeah, listen, it's made Elimination Chamber bigger. It certainly made Smackdown bigger. And I'm very excited to see where this leads. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you again later. I don't know when, but later for the next episode of Unseen. I'm going to go work on that right now. So, thanks for watching. Bye for now.